Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Ali Moreno with me here in the studio. Mark Ogden joins us as well, as does Shaka Hislop. Shaka was showing us his new glasses.
Trendy.
Come on, Shaq.
Trendy glasses.
Here they come.
Here we go.
Oh, yes. Oh. Look at that.
Oh.
Brilliant. What was that show when I was growing up?
Yo, welcome, world.
The Golden Girls. Remember the old woman in the Golden Girls had like the big glasses? What's her name?
No, no. No, that's not it at all.
It's beautiful, Shaq.
He said he referred to those glasses as
Thank you.
fashion forward.
Fashion forward.
Yes.
Hey, there you are. Trendsetter
Yes.
Shaq. There we go.
Rather go
Yes.
backwards.
Do you expense those, Shaq? Mark, with several
Move on,
United,
Dan. Move on.
Mark, with several United players continuing their good form over the international break, what? Who are these several United players?
Harry Maguire?
No, not him. No, Luke Shaw did all right.
Yeah, all right. He played one good ball.
What chance? Ericsson did well.
Okay.
Okay. What chance do they have of beating City?
Oof. It depends whether Erling Haaland is fit and flying for Man City, and I guess he is because he has been all season. So it's going to be difficult. I think. I think that Haaland makes a difference, doesn't he? I think United have done well recently at the back. Lisandro Martinez looks a decent signing. Rafael Varane is playing well, but after an international break, you're never quite sure. A lot of travelling involved. I can't see anything but a City win. I think Haaland, as much as I think Martinez had a great start to the season, I think Haaland versus Martinez could be a bit of a mismatch in terms of the physique and the size of the defenders. I hope not. I hope that Martinez stands up to it, but I think City win 3-1.
Will you be going, Mark?
I'll be going. I'll be there.
Will you be in your full Harry Maguire kit?
Yeah. Don't get me on that again, dear me. What do you want me to say? Shall I go there with the captain? Shall I go over with the captain's armband as well?
Yeah.
You see the cutting edge analysis there from Mark? He said Erling Haaland makes a difference.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Question for Ali. Who do you pick for your starting front three for Brazil in the World Cup?
I'm going to go Vini Jr., Richarlison,
Yes.
Rafinha, and I'm having Neymar right behind him, Paquetá covering him, Casemiro. I can keep going if you want.
Harry Maguire will deal with all of those.
Yes.
Don't
Yes,
you
he
worry
will.
about that,
Yes,
young
he
man. For Shaka, since you have Argentina as your favourites to win the World Cup, we know where this is going. If Messi wins it, will you finally agree that Messi is the greatest player of all time?
Sure, why not? Let's just go with that.
Wow. Oh, Shaka's a bit flippant with
I
it
know,
all, isn't he?
I know.
What if Messi doesn't put in a big performance? What if he gets injured early, Shaq?
I'm going to judge him on his leadership. If they win it and he doesn't play particularly well, it's how he leads. I mean, Maradona in the was it 86 final? I don't think he had a great final, but he led that team to glory in a way that I think is deserving of that similar accolade.
You've upset Ali.
Who provide the game-winning assist in that game?
Oh dear.
To Jorge Burruchaga. Yes,
I'm
I'll
just
tell you
saying,
who it
I'm
was.
just
It was
saying,
Diego Maradona.
He didn't have his glasses then. Didn't see what was going on.
I'm just saying, as standout performances go, it wasn't one that catapults it to the top of to the best ever. But a big part of the best ever is leadership, and I think Maradona showed that all tournament long.
Oh my God. Ay.
Better than Pele. For Mark, what's the worst place you've had to travel to when you're covering a European competition match or international match?
The worst place I've ever had. I went to a place in Poland once called Bydgoszcz to watch Roy Keane play his first game for the Republic of Ireland after storming out of the World Cup in 2002. We got to Bydgoszcz. It was like a coal mining town in the middle of Poland, so it wasn't the greatest place. We got to Bydgoszcz to find that Roy Keane had pulled out of the squad and wasn't playing his first game since the World Cup. So we're in a grim town in Poland without the story that we went to see.
Oh, there you are. You still make the most of it, Mark. For Shaka.
Yeah,
If
it's
the-
a memorable place.
It sounds like really sold it.
Clearly,
Chamber of
clearly,
Commerce.
you remembered it well.
For Shaka, if the same CONCACAF members created a West Indies international side, as they do for the cricket, Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaican side, would they consistently qualify for the World Cup? Good question.
I guess, because it would certainly. If you combine the Caribbean teams, you immediately take out 30 teams out of CONCACAF. So it certainly gives you a better opportunity to pool your talent. But I am not at all in favor of that. This is an idea that's been floated for as long as I can remember. And while I support it for the cricket, I don't for the football.
Mark, which manager was the worst that you had to deal with?
I better be careful because some still
The
working.
Irish manager in Poland.
Yeah. Blimey. Ooh. Listen, people will expect to say Sir Alex Ferguson because Fergie was obviously quite an intimidating presence, and his press conferences were a bit of an ordeal at times. But
He banned you,
And
didn't he,
when he
Mark,
did
from the
turn
press
on you-
conferences?
he did, yeah, for 3 months.
Wow.
Long time. Long time.
He enjoyed
Yeah,
the Polish
to be
culture
fair-
and felt that you...
He actually banned me for getting the story right, which is probably so surprised, but that's why I got banned. But Fergie was Fergie was great, but it was quite terrifying at times. On a Friday morning when he went up to Carrington for a press conference, and you knew that results were going badly or he's in a bad mood, it did put a knot in your stomach. So I suppose from that point of view, Fergie.
Who surprised a lot? There's a clip of Roy Hodgson, isn't there, from a few years ago, where he swears at a reporter, and you're quite surprised. You're like, oh, Roy Hodgson, I thought he was like a lovely, gentle old man. Is there someone that maybe we think is nice but is a bit nasty, really? You can tell us, Mark. No one's watching. It's
yeah, I
fine.
mean,
Just the four of us.
Yeah. I mean, Roy Hodgson was quite grumpy, shall we say? Certainly at Liverpool, he didn't have a great time at Liverpool. And with Paul Ince at Blackburn when he was there, he was quite awkward at times as well. It's usually managers that have got they're on a bit of a bad run. I never quite wanted David Moyes, as I think a lot of fans will probably realise that was quite a bumpy year at Man United. So yeah, it's managers that struggle at big clubs tend to be a bit tetchy, shall we say.
Mark, with your Manchester United ways, do you know why Rio Ferdinand hates Frank Leboeuf so much?
Oh no.
I wasn't aware of that, but
Yeah, some beef.
maybe it's because
What, really?
Some beef this week.
with
after,
Leboeuf?
After Frank Leboeuf basically came out and said Trent Alexander is a championship defender, that second tier of England defender. Rio Ferdinand came out and said, oh, that's a bit hypocritical because Frank wasn't very good at defending either. He was good on the ball, great on the ball, but we'd always say when we played Chelsea that you could target Frank, that he'd give you a chance.
World Cup champion Frank Leboeuf?
World Cup champion, marble champion,
Yeah.
and star of a Oscar-winning film.
Yes. Frank the Beef.
Well, exactly. The top 250th
And the Masked Singer.
self-awareness book or whatever it is. Self-help, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, so there's some beef there, Mark. So next time you speak to Rio, find out what's going on.
I'll ask the question.
There you go. Well,
I'm sure
try
that
a little harder.
I'm sure that Frank is really losing sleep over this.
Well, I was texting him, winding him up about it, though.
Well, because that's what you do.
And then Frank was like, ask Raul, ask Ronaldo how I was at defending. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, come on, Frank. Final question. Dr. Shaka and Ali, with the World Cup expansion set for 2026, what odds would you give your nation to qualify? Good question. What are they going to do in CONMEBOL? Because you need 10 places, basically, if Venezuela are going to qualify.
Okay, see? Yeah, why?
Well, just because that's the truth.
No, it's not really the truth.
Right, where did you finish in the qualification?
Maybe 10.
Yeah, well, there you go. Sorry. That's not me being an idiot.
Well, we don't always finish 10.
Okay.
No, we still need help.
Right.
It would be 50-50.
How many will it be? Have they even announced?
Well, that's the part that I don't think CONMEBOL actually benefits all that much, to be honest.
No.
I think we may get one extra place, and that's about it. And that's not enough.
No. CONMEBOL. What do they serve up anyway?
Yeah, that's-
CONCACAF's where it's at, isn't it, Shaq?
That's absolutely right, Dan.
Yeah.
I still don't know if we'll qualify, though. I mean, they're saying that CONCACAF might get 6 spots, but then no one's quite sure. Well, let me just say no one. I'm not quite sure how they're going to handle the 3 hosts. Do they cannibalize some of those spots? What does that mean for everybody else? I'm not quite sure what's happening. As far as Trinidad and Tobago goes, our football is not in a good place. It's about as nicely as I can phrase
Who did you lose
that.
to recently, Shaq? You were telling me?
We lost to Tajikistan.
Yep. Woo. There we go.
And before last week, I did not know there was a country named Tajikistan.
Wow.
But now
There we
I
go.
know there's a Tajikistan, and we lost to them.
That's good with words with friends.
Right. So
Oh, it's capital.
Shaka just said that CONCACAF is going to get 6 places.
Yes.
You mean to tell me?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
You mean to tell me that CONMEBOL is going to get the same amount of places as CONCACAF?
Well,
Huh? Is this what's happening?
oh well. Maybe Shaka could put his glasses on to make you smile before we end.
Yes,
Go on, Shaq.
please.
When
Go
I
on.
say 6, when I say 6, I'm kind of leaning at 5.5. Right now is what 3.5.
So, okay. All right. So
Including
Shaka doesn't
playoffs, if you know what I mean. So
This is 1986 all
I
over
don't,
again.
I don't know. I don't. Honestly, trust me.
This is like Mark's source that told us Harry Maguire was good.
Don't get me going down that rabbit hole talking about CONCACAF and Trinidad football, please.
Wow.
Don't
That's
get me
it.
going. I upset
There you
too
go.
many people as
That's
it
all
is.
right. Shaka, show us the glasses. Come on, before you go. There
Don't
you
get
go.
me talking about
There you go.
CONCACAF football.
Just got to say, Shaka,
Whatever.
thank you for being a friend. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
ESPN FC is back tomorrow. Be sure to join us. Internationals are over. Hey! We'll be looking ahead to some big games domestically this weekend.
That was a good show. I don't know what you're talking about.
What show?
Golden Girls.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.